everybody, and welcome to the Real Astrology 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is going to be a general energy, astrology reading for all sun signs. We do have something going on in the celestial whatever. I mean, you know, the drama, a little bit of drama, if you will. Should I call it drama? Not really. We have a total full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and it is going to be on the 15th and 16th, actually technically 16th. So you will know depending on where you are in the universe at whether you can see it or not and that sort of a stuff. So remember, total full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So this is general. This eclipse is going to affect everybody, but certainly in varying degrees and different aspects of our life. And that's where we have to look at our personal horoscope and see what planet and what house is affecting, and planetary positions and movements and the degrees and all that sort of a stuff. So keep in mind, this is general. So if you want to know specifically how this is going to affect you, get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to do an astrology chart for you. It is not free, but just doing your birth chart, that way you'll know, right, what planets fall in which house and the degrees, etc. And I can email that to you. But if you want an astrology or horoscope, personal horoscope done, and a consultation like a birth chart with the consultation, and of course your solar return chart, etc., all that information is in the description box. Have a look at it. Email me and let me know which one you want. I'll tell you the prices, how long it takes, how I do these consultations, etc., and you can go forth from there. Now, another question, a lot of people, one of the most asked questions with regards to these eclipses are, how long do these eclipses or the energies from these eclipses last? Some people say up to 6 months, some people say a full year. Again, it depends on where these eclipses are in your personal horoscope and the degrees and so on and so forth. But I would say around 3 to 6 months, okay? So now let's, okay, good Lord. Aries. So for you, Aries, 8th house. Scorpio is your 8th house. 8th house talks about talks about will, secrets, occult, death, regeneration, long-term finances, that sort of a thing, right? 8th house. So there could be some miscommunications, there could be some unforeseen expenses, added responsibilities, and that sort of a thing. So miscommunications could cause a little bit of distance in terms of your communication with your loved ones, right? So try to be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Try to be accommodating, well, not in a negative way. Try to accommodate, no, accommodating is not the right word. Try to be supportive and sensitive to what your loved one is trying to communicate or wanting to communicate, and have an open mind and listen to it, okay? Listen to what they have to say. I mean, really. Moon and Ketu is your south node. Translating. Okay, there could be some confusion with regards to your relationships because of this lack of communication, or it could be causing a systematic breakdown of your relationships, and you may even start talking about separation or divorce, and that is going to definitely mess with your peace of mind. So keep that, okay, at the back of your mind. So if you don't want your relationship to break down, then be open to communication. Listen to what they have to say. You also need to be able to communicate with clarity. For those of you who are single, there is a chance that you may, be proposed to, or you may propose, but don't rush. Don't rush. Because of your communication, maybe you'll have realized that, we really need to be able to communicate better with each other. If not, we are going to have to part ways. And so after all this communication, both of you are going to say, you know what, we don't want to part ways. We want to continue our relationship. So you may decide to make that final commitment and decide to get married, but don't rush. I mean, just because you'll decide to get married today, don't go off and get married tomorrow. You know what I mean? set the date and do those things. Okay, be practical as far as those decision making as far as making that decision is concerned, because there's going to be a lot of financial implication with regards to responsibilities that will come in once you make that decision of getting married, type of thing, right? How are you going to support each other, that sort of a thing. Who's going to move? Are you going to continue? Are you going to live with the other person? Is the other person going to come and live with you? What happened? The logistics. You could have some unexpected travel plans, but if you have any legal situations, I'm going to say stay clear of all of that, right? Don't get into a legal situation. If you haven't paid your taxes, pay your taxes. Take care of all of that. How you are able to manage your finances is very important. For those of you who are married, you could see some financial help coming in through your significant other or your spouse's side. Rahu, which is your north node, and Mercury, this is showing that you could have some unexpected sudden cash inflow. But this communication drama that's going on, you will have some cash inflow, but supposing you're one of those who has cash inflow but then find out you're going to get divorced and then money is going to go. You know what I mean? So if you end up in a situation that's kind of legal, you don't try to wing it yourself. You need to go find somebody who is able to help you legally. Try not to get into arguments with regards to your work environment or your business partners if you're self-employed, because that could cause a lot of financial loss. You really need to be patient with yourself. There's a lot of secretive kind of stuff going on, long-term finances. Patience, 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 patience. Be very, very patient. That's the key factor for you folks. Okay, so that's for you, my beautiful Aries. For you, Taurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house, right? The full moon total lunar eclipse is in your 7th house. That is friends, marriage, partners, contracts, and relationships. You're going to get support from colleagues. You'll have new initiatives that you'll need to take. Good return on your investments. All of a sudden, you're going to be lovey-dovey, kissy-kissy, huggy-huggy, right? So if you are in a long-term relationship, you are going to now start thinking about taking your relationship to the next level. Let's say you've been dating somebody for a long time or living together with somebody for a while. Now you're going to say, you know what, let's move in together or let's get hitched, right? You're also going to want to talk about your feelings with your significant other to figure out, where they are at and if they are on the same page as you, that sort of a thing. If you are single, there's a possibility that you could be developing some romantic feelings for a friend. So the friend zone is going to move to a love zone, right? So keep that in mind for single Taurians, right? Either way, it's going to be like really good for you this week, I'm going to say. And don't hesitate. Just because you've been friends with somebody, that doesn't mean to say that you can never be intimate partners. Of course you could. A lot of people say, we are the best of friends, and we also are, significant spouses to each other or partners to each other. So it's great if you build your relationship like that, right, based on very strong friendship. So why not? What's wrong with that? Be open to it. Be careful with your money. Watch your expenses. Make sure you have yourself all organized as far as your financial goals are concerned. If you have a need to get a short-term loan, no problem. Go ahead and apply for it. You will get it. but also you need to make sure that you don't overextend yourself. Supposing you need $10,000 and the bank says, oh, you qualify, we'll give you $20,000. Don't be a fool and say yes, right? Only apply for what you need. No harm done in turning them down and saying, no, I just need $10,000, because there's a catch in it. If they say, oh, you qualify, we'll give you $20,000. Yeah, no. Getting a loan is not a big deal, right? And how are you going to pay back that large amount? You also have to be cognizant about that. This is a great week for you to be productive as far as making decisions which relates to your financial life. If you're planning to buy a vehicle, etc., don't just go off of somebody else's suggestion. Do your due diligence, and you will be able to find some good deals. Professionally, a lot of opportunities may come your way, but you could be tested as well. They could test your patience. So there could be a few difficulties, a few hitches, but then if you are planned and if you really conduct yourself appropriately, think logically, pay attention to what the colleagues are saying, what your higher ups are saying, you will be able to maneuver yourself into a position of more stability and more success. And you may also get a lot of support from your higher ups. Okay, it's almost like one team is really supportive and the other team is like not as supportive, but if you manage yourself appropriately, you will be able to garner support from everybody. Take the initiative, be the leader, don't sit on your hiney, right? Rahu, which is your North Node, and the Sun are going to be able to help you with regards to anything regarding the field of medicine. If you are somebody in the medical field, they're really going to help you, your North Node and Sun. Your efforts are going to be noticed and appreciated as long as they are genuine efforts. You see, your genuinity will come through. If you're being fake, that's also going to come through. So how do you want to play it? If you're planning on making some traveling, like short distance travel kind of thing, make sure all your essentials are in order. Be prepared for your journey. Be prepared. That's the thing. Be prepared. All right. You may also, this is a great week for you to revamp, reassess, redo overall your health routine. And if you're one of those people who've always been thinking about meditation but never got around to doing it, this is a great time for you to do it. All right, so there we go. So now let's do Gemini, right? For you Geminis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. The full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in your 6th house. 6th house talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. So for you, smart financial planning is required. You have to focus on your health. Remember, 6th house, work, health, discipline, and habits. Let go of that which does not help you. Romance could be a bit of a roller coaster ride for you. So Mercury is going to transit, and it's going to, Mercury's transiting Mercury is going to provide you the ability to make good decisions this week with regards to finances, etc., etc. If you're wanting to apply for a loan, you can. You are going to see some success over there, but don't apply for a loan. Don't apply for more than what you need, basically. If you need $50,000, apply for 50. Don't apply for 100. You might be able to have somebody is going to try to play matchmaker for you. New people are going to come into your life. You're going to see, like really, I mean, new connections, new people. Don't let your ego get the better of you, because if you let your ego get the better of you, you're going to have, it's almost going to be like history repeating yourself. Your mistakes are going to be like in the past when you made mistakes, it was because you let your ego get ahead of you. Your ego get ahead of you. So if you continue on that path and let your ego get ahead of you, you're making the same mistakes. Hopefully you've learned from your past mistakes is basically what I'm trying to say. So people, if you're in a relationship, committed relationship, somebody may call your bluff and say, you know what, I don't think you've ever been true to me, or I don't think you were ever as committed to this relationship as you have been leading me to believe. They are going to call your bluff. If you want to maintain that relationship and you want to be in that relationship, you better fess up or get the heck out of there. Same thing with your marriage. If you've been dicking around, your spouse is going to call you on it, call your bluff on it, and if you hem and haw, well, they already know. So, you know, be upfront and do what you need to, because excuse me, because they already know what mischief you've been up to. Excuse me. Oh my God. So don't tool around, right? Because you're only going to make yourself look more stupid. With regards to any financials kind of a situation, you're going to see some success, but be very careful about the kind of loan you want to apply for. See, supposing you really want $10,000 and you apply for $10,000, your bank or whoever, the financial institution, may come and say, oh, you know what, you actually qualified for $25,000, same rate of interest. They'll try to kind of, you know, for them it's business, right? So, and you'll be like, oh my God, they're giving me $25,000. Oh, wow. And you go ahead and take it. Well, you're just making a stupid decision. So don't, because why do you need more than what you need, right? Why do you want more than what you need? Oh my goodness, girl. I'm forgetting my words today. Anyway, some of you may have like some unplanned small expenses because you're like decided to throw a party or whatever. But try to plan as best you can, right? I mean, if you're going to have a impromptu kind of get together at home, and then, you know, you have the option of offering them beer or $1,000 bottle of champagne. What do you want to do, and what are you trying to do by spending all that money? Like, you know, just trying to prove a point, or is it coming from a place of ego, or can you genuinely afford it? If you can afford the $1,000 bottle of champagne, hey, and if it's not going to hurt your pocketbook, have at it, man. I mean, who am I to stop you, right? But if you're just doing it to impress somebody, then don't, because you're the one who's making a big mistake. So plan your expenses, right? Don't overextend yourself. And if you have any like ideas or plans or such things, don't go and blab your mouth to people and say, oh, you know, this is a brilliant idea, I've been working on it for such a long time, it's almost coming to a completion, and it's going to, you know, be successful, I'm almost at the tail end of it, and we're going to launch it, or do this or do that. Don't do that. Just keep it under the cover, like keep quiet about it, don't talk about it. People are going to steal your ideas, and at the very last minute, and you're going to be like held with you're going to end up holding a bag of hot air. So you don't want to do that, right? They'll try to steal your ideas and your intellectual property from you. You're going to kind of, your relationships with your friends are also going to be kind of, you know, slightly tested. You may end up having a sudden disagreement. So how do you manage that? How disciplined are you? Is it habitual? A bunch of friends get together, hey, we haven't met in a long time, and you're all, you know, happy and enjoying yourselves, and towards the end of the party, everybody's fighting with everybody. Is that habitual? Does that happen often? Does that happen every time? So if that's the case, then you want to step back and say, why does that happen? Well, it's because of this one sour individual, or because we all contributed. Then you need to stop with that nonsense, right? Stop with that negative kind of habits that you all have, or you have, or environment, a toxic kind of a situation. If you've been having some health concerns and you've been hemming and hawing with regards to, no, I'm fine, I'll be fine, don't do that, because it could lead to some serious issues. So pay attention to that. So that is for my Geminis. All right, next. So for my beautiful Cancerians, of total full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in Scorpio for you, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth house for you. Fifth house talks about speculation, love affairs, kids, that sort of a stuff, right? So let's see. This is going to be a week where you're going to have some major mental breakdowns in terms of figuring out things that have really helped you in the past and have not helped you. If you've been hiding behind a veil of addiction or that sort of a thing because you feel that, oh, this addiction of mine is going to help me with this, it's not. It's just a form of escapism. But once you realize the root cause or the real reason for your addiction or for your negative habitual behavior, be it, chewing your nails, be it excessive shopping, be it alcohol, drugs, or smoking, be it excessive eating, or whatever the case may be, you really need to kind of sit and figure out what is contributing to this behavior. Is it just me escaping reality because I don't want to be a grown-up and deal with reality, or is there a root cause for it? So you're going to have a little bit of a mental breakdown in terms of not breakdown as in, oh, you're going to fall apart, but like a what's the word, revelations, if you will. So that's good for you. However, once you figure those things out, are you going to fix it? Are you going to deal with the root cause for this? And you're going to say, okay, now I know, I'm going to stop with this nonsense and get on with life, or are you going to fall back into that, right? This is a great week for you to be able to improve your relationships. Also, keep in mind, if you have relationships in your life that haven't helped you, right, and you've been speculating about it, let it go, all right? And once you let it go, you're opening the doors, opening the channels for newer, better, healthier relationships to come in. And if you build a new, healthy, better relationship now, it's going to provide the security, the stability, the joy, the love, and everything long term. So if you're going to keep on hanging on to the negativity, you're going to miss out on this, literally, I would say, once in a lifetime opportunity. So don't piss it away. During the second half of the week, and entrepreneurs will do better. You're going to get a lot of help from the stars and the planets. So you are also going to think about being strategic in terms of your money, your finances, your business, that sort of a stuff. Also, you need to be able to focus on your diet, your health, and if you need sleep, if you've been running on 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep every day, you need to refocus, get some rest. But the most important thing for you, my beautiful Cancerians, what I have to say is really sit and think about relationships that have helped you and relationships that have not. And also, this is a great time. Seriously, a lot of people have addictions, right? It doesn't have to be drugs. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It doesn't have to be pharmaceutical prescription drugs. It could be shopping. It could be excessive coffee drinking, excessive eating. It could be, I don't know, whatever, constantly changing your house, you're this, you're that, whatever. Addictions come in all ways, shapes, and forms. Addictions to toxic relationships, addictions to negative people, addictions to negative mindsets, addiction to negative thought processes, always being, oh, woe be me, that sort of a thing, right? Poor confidence, self-confidence, right? You really need to let go of all these addictions. This is a fantastic time, because if you're really honest with yourself, you know, I don't need to tell you this. If you're honest with yourself, you know that is a way of escaping reality, because you just don't want to deal with reality because, oh my God, it's so difficult. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Seriously. And you can. That's the thing. You can. And it's easy. Well, Kirtana, you don't know. How can you say it's easy? It's a struggle. Yeah, I get it. Some people, yes. But this is a fantastic time for you to be able to get over your addictions and your negative mindsets and toxic relationships. Because the universe is giving you that push, that energy and making it easier for you to get out of the negative into the positive. So why wouldn't you take advantage of it? That's what I'm saying. Okay, Cancerians, that's for you. For entrepreneurs, I think it's really good. For those who are employees also, it's good, but for entrepreneurs, it's good. But one thing I'll tell you, try not to get a loan. Don't apply for a loan now, and don't give anybody a loan now. Very clear. Okay. Hello, and for you, my beautiful Leos, your full moon total lunar eclipse is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is your 1, 2, 3, fourth house. Fourth house talks about emotions, home, mother, family roots, affairs at the end of life, that sort of a thing. Okay, so for y'all, a lot of joy and happiness, major family decisions, financial improvements, that sort of a thing. But there's a little bit of a caution. Okay. Try to put a lid on your overeating and alcohol consumption, because that's going to cause you a lot of problems. A lot. Okay. Your health would be a little bit affected now because of all the effort you're putting in as far as work is concerned, be you a business person or employed person. There's also a lot of having fun and that sort of a thing. So that also, work hard and play harder type of thing. So therefore you indulge in food, you indulge in a lot of alcohol, and oh my goodness, don't do that. I can only tell you, please don't overindulge, but at the end of the day, and Leos sometimes do tend to overdo these things, right? They like good food, they like alcohol, they like entertaining, and, if they get that, people, there are some people who like to kind of fan your ego, and you get carried away with it. Till the 17th of this month, you're going to feel a little bit of you may feel a little restless, even though things are going good for you. Married people may have a little bit of a clash with your spouses, so watch your words. Maybe your spouse is mad at you. You're partying every night, you're drinking so much, or every night you don't have to go out and party and drink. Things like that could aggravate relations at home. And some of you may actually end up getting divorced, or plan to divorce, or plan to separate. You're really good. Financially, it's going to be good for you this week. If any of you work in the field of finance, communication, media, designing, marketing, that sort of a thing, it'll be good for you. And your financial position is also good. Good time for you to invest in stocks and shares, but do your own diligence. I'm not giving you financial advice, but do your own due diligence, do your own research. But don't make any big investments in the first half of the month. Well, anyway, this is for the week of 16th too. So until the 15th, don't make any investments. Wait a second. Okay, so that we have. See, all this heavy partying and eating and enjoying and good times and all is really going to take a toll on your health. Some of you may end up with serious renal issues and kidney issues and stomach issues and UTIs and things like that. So be very, very careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm also going to say, some of you may also have some serious issues regarding your relationships with your mother or mother figure. A lot of emotions there. Lot of emotions. So are you all parting ways with your mom or mother figure? Did you all have a major argument? Or have you realized your relationship and your dependency on your mother is too much, or vice versa? It's a toxic relationship. Not every mother and child relationship is healthy. We know that. Are you letting go of that? Or maybe your relationship with your mom has been strained and now you've realized that and you want to reconnect? Could be, because we also have some. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, just watch out for that, right? If you haven't seen your mother or mother figure in a long time and she's ill, go and visit. It's a good time to do that. Okay? So that's for you, my beautiful Leos. And for my beautiful Virgos, the full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in Scorpio for you. Scorpio is your third house. That talks about, and some of the aspects of the third house are not aspects, some, okay, whatever. I just lost my train of thought. Well, the third house talks about communication, immediate environment, short trips. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted over there. I apologize. So for you, my beautiful Virgos, you're going to have a lot of opportunities come your way. There could be some stress with regards to your work environment. Your relationship with somebody, intimate relationship, could deepen and strengthen. But I'm also going to tell you with this, there is something that's going to come out in the open, and that is either because of a slip of tongue, or you kind of let the cat out of the bag, or somebody was able to wrangle the cat out of the bag for you, or maybe you yourself have come to a realization with regards to something that was held deeply in the recesses of your brain. You didn't want to acknowledge it, maybe a secret, maybe something negative happened in the past, or some sort of a very personal, private thing that you have kind of been holding on to for dear life for a long time. By default, by whatever reason, because of intention or chance or whatever, choice or chance, that's all going to come out in the open. And when it comes out in the open, you're going to have a little bit of stress. It's like, oh my God, now it's all out in the open. How are people going to perceive it? What are they going to think about it? What are they going to say about it? Now it's all like, you're going to feel like really, really transparent, right? But here's the thing, this is regarding your immediate environment, so your closest family members or your friends. So it's going to come out in the open, and you may feel like you're going to be judged. Yeah, you are going to be judged, but how do you handle it? How do you go from there? How do you process this yourself? Maybe there's something about your own psyche or your own character that you have not acknowledged and pushed it back because you don't want to deal with it. The universe has now put you in a situation where it's saying, take out all the things from all the skeletons from the closet, and let's figure out what's going on over here. So you are being forced to acknowledge and look at and figure out and sift and clean and do major spring cleaning with regards to whatever it is that has been hidden in the back of your mind for such a long time, and you've been holding it very close to your chest, right? So great opportunity for you to figure it out and let go what doesn't behoove you, because once you let it go, you will realize you're finally able to get the monkey off your back, and oh my God, what a phenomenal feeling. So don't lose that opportunity. Don't fight it. It's out in the open now. Deal with it, get it over, own it, deal with it, and get it over with. You're going to have to work a little hard to meet your objectives. Certain things are not going to go very smoothly at work because of all the stress that's going on. During the middle of the week, you may be presented with a great opportunity to improve your financial prospects, and look at it. Do your due diligence, do it. Try to find out ways of eliminating bottlenecks with regards to your work, right? Maybe you get a whole bunch of projects and you kind of get stuck because of you're not delegating or whatever, managing your time or whatever. So try to figure that out. You will need to kind of really work at it. You're going to have to do a little bit of brainstorming and using your brains to figure things out. I mean, not that you don't. What I'm trying to say is it's going to take a little bit of concentration to figure out how to kind of weed out all the fluff and maximize on your time and delegate if you need to delegate, and how to go about doing all that stuff. You're going to have some distractions, but try not to focus on those distractions. It's going to be a little hard for you, but you're going to have to be very, very focused and determined. Because of this revelation of the secret that's come out in the open, or because somebody said something and then it opens doors and the can of worms and everything is out and all that stuff. There's a lot of drama going on, and yet you have a lot going on your plate at the moment. So how do you manage that that's popped out, and how do you manage all the stuff that's on your plate? You know what I mean? You're going to feel like, oh my God, everything is coming in at the same time from all directions. But it's on you to figure out how to sift through all of this, strategize, focus. Like, are you going to go prioritize things? I'm going to deal with this first and then this first. Or are you going to put everything on your plate and say, oh my God, what do I do, right? So a little bit of mental stress, but you'll be able to do it. Nothing that you can't. Maybe this is a great time for you to also try to get some meditation in, right? Or if you are the kind of person who likes to go play a game of tennis or swim or whatever, and you're going to say like, how can I take an hour away to do that because I have so much going on? Taking that hour away to do that is actually going to make things easier, even though you have so much on your plate, right? And try to get some sleep. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Okay, for you Virgos. So that's what we have for you Virgos. Now let's go. And for you, my beautiful Libras, the full moon total lunar eclipse is in Scorpio, which is your second house. Second house talks about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn an income, that sort of a thing, right? Great opportunities, better chances as finding your ideal job, positive outcomes. This is a good week for y'all, right? But what I'm going to tell you for you, my beautiful Libras, are I don't think you have really been appreciating and your talents and your abilities thus far. You may also not have you haven't been thinking too highly of yourself, so a little bit of self-doubt, a little bit of lower self-esteem. But here's the thing, this eclipse is asking you to let go of some of that negativity because you really are undervaluing yourself. So when you undervalue yourself, what happens is you are not getting what is rightfully yours and what should be yours, right? Because you're leaving some money on the table and walking away, that sort of a thing. So try to let go of that negativity. Try to let go of, I'm not good enough. Why am I comparing myself to others? I mean, compared to them, I'm not. The only person you really should be competing with or comparing to is yourself, your best self, right? So as long as you're able to change your mindset and how you value your talents, your positions, your ability to earn income, your skill sets, right? If you have confidence in yourself, right? And say, you know what? I'm confident of what I know. I'm confident of my skill sets. I know what I'm doing. I know what my talent is worth. That brings a whole different aspect to your personality and adds to your character and makes you come across as somebody who, this person knows his or her stuff, right? This person is so confident. So with that confidence, your value is going to go up. People look at you with more what's the word? In a brighter light, with more positivity, because that's going to shine through. So I feel like for a lot of y'all, your self-confidence has been messed up, or not messed up, has been lacking a little bit. So if you work on that, automatically your value in your own eyes is going to go up, and therefore how other people see you and how they value you is going to go up, which is really, really, in all honesty, going to change the tide for you. Okay, it is really going to change the tide for you for a long time. And I'm going to say for y'all, that is going to also put you in a situation where your most ideal job that you always wanted is going to literally fall in your lap. And you like, I didn't even apply for it. What happened? Yeah, through networking, somebody said something, and this person says, hey, maybe we should consider them. Consider this Libran for this job. Let's make an offer. But I'm going to say, also, if you are happy and satisfied with the company you're working for, right? But you just found out that maybe they're being bought over by somebody else, right? And we know when another company buys over a smaller company, changes are made, people are let go. You are put in a situation where you have to decide, I don't know if I'm going to be let go, right? So am I taking a risk by staying here? Or am I taking the risk and know what the writing on the wall is going to be and I'm going to find another job and leave right now? Or maybe even, right? Maybe even you have an offer. You're on the East Coast, you get an offer on the West Coast, you may have to move long distance, and that's going to put a strain on your relationship. Is it a risky move? Is it not a risky move? Should I move? Should I not move? You are going to be in a position such as this. So what decisions you make is definitely going to affect your life, right? So, but I will tell you this, whatever decision you make, know that at the end of the day, right, if you have the self-confidence to say, I'm going to go with this is my decision, I'm going to deal with whatever comes forth, and have that confidence in your talents and your skill sets, and know that you are really valued and appreciated as an individual, you're always going to be safe and secure, and you're always going to be successful. For you, it's mostly your work that is, values, talents, possessions, and ability to earn income. So this for you is more impacting, this total lunar eclipse is impacting your career. So with that confidence and knowing that you will always be valued, always be appreciated, you're always going to have a job, you're always going to be employed, that stability and security is going to be there. And that stability and security is what everybody sees as being very, very valuable in a relationship, because at the end of the day, you want to be financially secure and stable, and have the responsibility enough, be responsible, and know how to take care of yourself and your loved one, right? So it all kind of, you get where I'm going? I hope so. I don't know how else to put it, y'all. Sometimes I'm like, okay. So next we will look at Scorpio. And for you, my beautiful Scorpios, this full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in your first house. And first house talks about yourself, how you present yourself, your psyche, your individuality, the new you that you want to pitch to the universe. It's like you finally come out of the cocoon, and now you are ready to be in the spotlight and be on the stage. So there's going to be a little bit of workplace conspiracies for you. You will have family support. There are some minor conflicts, a little bit of a health concern. But having said all of this, right, keep in mind this is a transient energy. These disputes are very, very temporary. Try not to apply for a loan, and try not to give anybody a loan, okay? This whole process that literally your feet was held to the fire last year, at least towards the end of the last year, it just taught you a lot of lessons in terms of who you really are, what you really value in life, what really matters to you, okay? And what is it that you want to see in others, right? And what is the image you have and you want to put forward to the universe? How do you perceive yourself? What do you think of yourself? How do you want to how do you want people to acknowledge you? That sort of a thing. You've gone through a little bit of a change, and with that comes some confidence that finally you've figured things out. But with that confidence also comes a little bit of arrogance. But I would say, please don't get on that arrogant kind of a train, because that is a train wreck waiting to happen. I'm going to tell you, still keep a little bit of, be a little humble, okay? Because you finally figure things out, and now you know what your true worth is, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to kick butt and take names. Sure, you can kick butt and take names and still be humble, right? Ego and arrogance doesn't necessarily work out in your favor. There's one thing I'd like to say: you can bang the door in somebody's face, or you can gently shut it and say, yeah, fine, be on your way, as opposed to slamming it in their face. There's a difference, right? What you say and how you say, what you do and how you do has a really, really big impact, right? So watch your budget. Try not to carelessly spend. Don't make any major financial decisions, right? Be very careful about them, right? And don't take a loan, and don't give anybody a loan, okay? Be very, very, very careful with regards to your eye, your head, and your ear. Be careful if you have any. And as I was saying that, if you notice, my left eye, even now, it's kind of bugging me. So for you, Scorpios, if you have an eye irritation, if you have a headache or your ear infection or whatever it is, take care, seek medical help. Don't kind of just say, oh, it'll go away. Don't do that. People are going to try to kind of try to get on your good side and try to kiss butt, if you know what I mean. Don't fall for that. If you're careless, it's going to lead you to a lot of losses, so be very careful. Watch your budgets, okay? If you're in a stable relationship, a committed relationship, pay attention to what your spouse is saying. There needs to be a little bit more of a better understanding between the two of you. But again, watch your expenses. Watch your expenses. Don't take a loan. Don't give anybody a loan, okay? You're going to be at your creative best though this week, so take advantage of that creativity and put in the work, right? But the most important thing that I would say for you is you have a newfound confidence and aura about you. Don't let your arrogance and your ego get in the way. That's it, okay? And now for my beautiful Sagittarians, the full moon total lunar eclipse is in Scorpio, which is your 12th house. 12th house talks about karma, hidden supports, institutions, your intuition, that sort of a stuff, okay? So what I'm going to say for you is there's a lot of motivation, a lot of potential. You will have a great need to rest. You will feel extremely tired. You feel like you're not getting enough sleep, emotionally and mentally drained. Take as much rest as you need, okay? Try not to get into arguments that could create a lot of drama for you. If you're single, you're going to find or meet somebody who you want to spend time with. If you are looking to invest in real estate, this is a good time because the market is pretty favorable still. Your investment is going to really pay off very well for you. Don't lend money to anybody though. If you are making your investment yourself in real estate, that's great, but don't lend anybody money. They'll be like, you invest with me and you and I will go into a partnership and buy. Don't do that. If you're a performer, a singer, somebody is in the social, circuit or the limelight or whatever, doing something like that on the social media platform, this is a good time for you. Also, I'm going to say pay attention to your dreams, because those of you who have some psychic abilities or some intuition and always wondered about that and wanted to improve and learn and finesse and do all those things, this is a great time to explore those areas, and you are going to have some weird dreams, y'all. Pay attention to those dreams. If you've been thinking about wanting to get into meditation, if you've been thinking about wanting to, a lot of people ask me questions, particularly on my tarot channel, astral traveling and this, that and the other. If you wanted to explore all of that, this is a great opportunity for you to do that. Delving into your own psyche, understanding things about yourself, coming to terms with certain aspects of your character, your mindsets, that sort of a thing. There could be people who are willing to give you some sort of a help with regards to your career and give you a little bit of a leg up. Take advantage of that. But do not lend anybody money. Do not go into a partnership with anybody. Don't take your nutrition for granted. If you are one of those people who just got onto a diet program or an exercise program or whatever, it's great, but don't take it to the extreme, and don't take it for granted, right? Don't take your good health for granted. Try to maintain a balance. Try to go at it at a sustainable pace, okay? And don't do it to impress somebody else. Do it for yourself. Try not to lose focus on things that really matter in your life, because you could be all over the map with this particular full moon total lunar eclipse, because it is your 12th house. It's all the hidden stuff. So you could be all over the map. You could be vacillating from feeling what the heck happened, from feeling overly emotional to feeling like very blasé about things. Go from one extreme to the other, because you're still trying to figure out. This is your time to find that balance within yourself, right? To understand things about yourself. Try to maintain that balance. You need rest. I'll tell you what, myself, whenever there's a full moon or whenever there's a lunar eclipse like that, I know my energy is completely, for the past week, y'all, and yes, these energies last for a while, I have been so drained of energy, so drained of energy. It's not, I can't say that this doesn't happen. Otherwise, it does happen, because I do a lot of channeling, I do a lot of personal tarot readings, astrology readings, and I do a lot of channeling. I work on a lot of cases, so I know my energy gets depleted really fast, and there are days when I am totally wiped out. But the past week, I have been feeling like, literally, like my eyes are falling asleep right now. Like if I were to go and lay down on the bed, although I'm a light sleeper, within 5 minutes I'll be knocked out. I know that, and that's how I've been feeling the past week. So sometimes these energies around us do have such effects on us. It's okay to give into it, because listen to what your body is saying. If your body is saying, hey, you need some rest, pay attention and give it the rest it needs, okay? Also pay attention to your dreams. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it at that. And keep at your health, because your immunity is still growing, you're still building on it. Don't stop right now. If you've been on a health trip or a health regimen or an exercise regimen or a nutrition regimen, don't just give it up. You're going to be successful, but keep at it. And whatever you do, make sure you do your due diligence and research. If you're wanting to invest in real estate, yes, but do not lend money to anybody, and do not go into partnership with anybody. All right. And for you, my beautiful Capricorns, this full moon total lunar eclipse is in Scorpio, and that is going to be your 11th house. 11th house talks about like-minded people, groups, and friends. This period, you are going to find out how important communication is, how to manage and control your language, how to conduct yourself in a social environment, how do you go about getting social recognition? How do you maximize and be your charming self and get the best benefit out of that? But also, most importantly, full moon total lunar eclipse in your 11th house talks about, this is a great time for you to figure out, weed out so-called friends who are toxic for you. This is also a time when you're going to come into your own revelations about your relationships with like-minded people, groups, and friends. Like-minded people could be people at work, people in your immediate neighborhood, people in your family, maybe groups that you belong to. I don't know what kind of groups you belong to. Maybe your networking group, maybe your friends. You're going to really, really be able to see, analyze, and discover those who really have your back and those who say they have your back, right? And also, who are you loyal to? For you, this is when you're going to figure out all the loyalty part of it, right? You're going to see people for who they really are. Which of these people are going to give their shirt off your back for you, as opposed to saying, yeah, man, I got your back, but when push comes to shove, they are nowhere to be seen. And, you know, delving into all this, finding out who your true teammates are, is going to open a whole bunch of emotions for you. You're going to feel like, oh my God, I never knew this person was like this. I have been taken for a ride. He or she used me. I have been used, to feeling a whole bunch of anger, animosity, loathing, that sort of stuff. You're going to go through a little bit of a ringer here, because it's almost going to be like, I can't believe I was so stupid and I trusted so-and-so, or oh my God, I can't believe all the things I did for this person, and now I see them to be who they really are. They never deserved it. And you know, you're going to go through a lot of this, and it's okay, right? It's better now than later. So deal with it and get on with it. You also have a great opportunity to be able to improve on social recognition, right? Jupiter is going to help you with your charm, so take advantage of that. You may also inquire some sort of inheritance. You may recover money that people owe you, okay? So if If somebody owes you money, you will be able to recover it. Let's say you owe somebody money, you will find the resources to be able to repay them. It's almost like a balancing of books. It's almost like a balancing the books of friendship also. It's almost like a balancing or clearing out the deck of all this nasty negative stuff, right? But then again, watch how you behave, watch how you conduct yourself, because people at work your superiors are watching you. They want to see how you conduct yourself. They want to see how much of a team player are you. Let's say you have a office party, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's an office party, okay, let's just say that, free alcohol. You're always going to find that one tool who's going to get as drunk as a skunk and make a fool of himself or herself. Well, how do you conduct yourself? How are you going to manage that situation? Do you have to? Do you take charge? Do you take control? How do you go about, let's say your boss is the one who gets drunk as a skunk, whether it's a he or a she, it doesn't matter. Everybody's afraid, oh my God, the boss is drunk. We don't know what to do. We don't want to do anything. We just turn away, walk away. Or are you the one who's going to like say, heck yeah, I want to make sure that my boss goes home safe. I'm going to go drop my boss home safe. You know, that sort of a thing. People are watching you, so be careful of that and know how to conduct yourself. All right. Watch your credit card debt. It's going to be a bit of a challenging week for you mentally and emotionally because of all these revelations and this clarity that you're going to see and you're going to find. But also there's a great expectation that you have of yourself, and also a great expectation from others. They want to see, they may not come and tell you, hey Capricorn, I want to see how you conduct yourself in the social gathering, but they're watching you and you know that. So, knowing in advance, you can always conduct yourself appropriately. All right. Okay. And listen, if you're intoxicated, do not drive. Very particular. Very particular. Watch that. And for you, my beautiful Aquarius, the full moon total lunar eclipse, right, is going to be... Oh, wait. Where did you go? Aquarius. Weekly. What? Where'd it go? I had my notes over here. Oh my goodness. Weekly Aquarius. Okay, so for you, my beautiful Aquarius, the full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in your 10th house. 10th house talks about career, reputation, morals, and life goals, right? So wait, hang on one second. So Capricorn is 12, 10th house, yeah. So for Aquarius, full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in your 10th house, which is career, reputation, models, and life goals. You're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to make some decisions with regards to a particular job or a work or a business that you might own or have, or maybe you are self-employed, or maybe you work for somebody else. You're going to be in a situation where you're like, I don't know, is this something that's really good for me? Am I happy in this work? Am I not happy in this work? Is this a toxic work environment? Do I want to let it go? Are there people here that are bothering me? Are there people here that are never going to be conducive to my growth? Am I going to grow here? Am I not going to grow here? How is it even a job that you like? Or did you take up this job out of necessity, or is it something that you were passionate about and you're happy to be where you're at, right? How is this going to affect? Is this a job where your morals are tested, where your ethics and principles are tested, where your morals, ethics, and principles clash with that of the employer or your business partner or your co-workers? How is it affecting your mindset? Are you going home every day being very upset, dissatisfied? Are you going to be able to accomplish your life goals over here? Are they going to, all the effort you put in, are you getting the returns that you deserve? Is this going to, does the company really care about you? Are you going to look out for another job? Will you be happy at another job? Are you willing to take that risk? So all of this is really, really going to be in your mind. Now, keep in mind, we all know that your peace of mind at home will affect your performance at work. Your happiness with your job and your satisfaction with your job is going to affect your relationships at home, right? So you're going to be kind of figuring out. Maybe you get a job which is asking you to move somewhere else, and you're like, okay, my relationship is a little bit testy, but now if I take up this job and go to another country, city, or state, then am I willing to risk my relationship getting completely destroyed, or do I want to give up that fantastic offer for the sake of my relationship? So there's a lot of that going on. And also, I will tell you, your reputation in your selected field is also being assessed. So watch how you conduct yourself. Watch who you speak to, your networking skills. How do you conduct yourself? Who do you go and network? Are you being genuine? Are you being fake? All of this is definitely going to be of primary importance to you, right? Now, here's what I say. If you have thought a lot about it and realize that this is not the job for you, universe is asking you now to let go, all right? If this is the right job for you, but you just need to change your mindset. The universe is saying, change your mindset, right? If you really self-analyze and you're honest with yourself, and you know what, this is a great company to work for, this is a great job I have, it's just me in my mind blocking myself from advancing because I am unhappy here. It has nothing to do with other people, it has everything to do with me. You have to be honest with yourself. If it is your mindset and your whatever emotions and the way you're reacting to things that is making you unhappy, then you need to change your mindset and you need to change your approach at work. And then you will realize that, oh my God, this is actually I'm happy here, right? So look at it that way. And then once you have that clarity and that revelation, then obviously your performance is going to improve. You're not going to fight everything that is told to you or everything that you need to do, whether you are self-employed or have a business partner or work for somebody else. And then you will find that it's an easier job, and it's easier because your mind, there's something, there's been a switch in your mind or your mindset or your thought process or your approach to it, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, everything is so easy, I love this job, and your performance improves. Your performance improves, you get more money, so look at it that way. All right, Aquarius. And for you, my beautiful Pisces, all right, Pisces, correct? Yeah. Pisces, the full moon total lunar eclipse is going to be in your 12, 11, 10, 9th house. And 9th house talks about your intellect, your distant travel, higher education, father figure, that sort of a thing, right? So, there's going to be some unplanned expenses. You will have an opportunity to strengthen your relationship with your father or father figure, or maybe that relationship is already fraying and is going to completely fray. You're also going to be asked to keep your promises. There's a lot of hard work you need to put in. Your relationships will be strengthened, okay? There's going to be some stress and tension which could kind of bother you, but I'm also going to tell you, this is a time where you really, really need to surround yourself with very positive people. We all have experienced toxic relationships, toxic friends, toxic family members. This is the time when you really need to let go of those toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic family members, environments, and really, really surround yourself with positive people and be in a positive environment. It's really going to affect your psyche, okay? Be careful of how you speak to these people. Even though they are somebody that you want to let go, how do you let them go? You tell them to bugger off, or you say, hey, how do you say it, right? Will make a lot of difference. Try avoiding, your buttons are going to be pushed, so don't get into a fight. Be careful. And if you have made a commitment to somebody, you are going to have to keep your word, okay? But I'm also going to tell you, for some of you, you may end up getting into a relationship that is not necessarily legit and out in the open, because it won't be. It's almost going to be on the quiet and on the down low, and almost a secretive relationship. So think third-party relationships is not going to last, and you're wasting your time. But if that's what you want, that's what you want. You're going to have a lot of work with regards to your career, your business, however you're employed. That's going to cause you some stress. you may end up getting new co-workers, and so trying to navigate and figure out those people and all that is going to take some time. But be careful, don't make promises you cannot keep. If somebody says, hey, Pisces, this is a new employee, let's introduce you, and tell the new employee, if you need any help, go to the Pisces, and the Pisces says, anytime you need help, just come to me. Do you mean that? Do you really mean that? And will you be able to help them? So if you can't keep your promise, don't make it. You could have a job change, or you could get a transfer. Be open to that, unless you're like, yeah, I don't even want to think about it. But you're going to get an offer to either a new job, or they may say, we're going to transfer you from this division of the company to that division, this area to that area. So something like that is going to pop up. How do you negotiate that? Are you going to say, yeah, I'll do it, but for a better price or better perks or whatever? Or you're saying, okay, I'll do it. And, how do you negotiate, right? It's not going to be going down. It's not lateral even. It's going to be up. But then you need to negotiate. Speak for yourself. Be your best advocate. Try to also pay attention to your significant others. Spend some quality time with them. There may be some conflicts in the relationships. You said, she said, you did, that day you said this, and this day you did. Don't get into that nitpicking. Don't get into that nitpicking, okay? There could also be some sort of a communication gap or miscommunication. Pay attention and make sure you don't go aggressive in resolving it. But if you miscommunicated something, own it and try to resolve it. But if you try to say, no, it's not my fault, I'm not going to take responsibility for it, and try to shift the blame onto somebody else, and you're going to fall flat on your face. And also, there's a way to resolve these miscommunications. You absolutely can resolve it in a very nice way. So do that, okay? If you make any smart financial decisions, you are going to be able to see some good profit. However, don't make weird, impulsive decisions with regards to your investments and finances. Try to watch your budget. Keep a budget. Even if you don't have a budget, this is a good time to implement budgeting. You're going to be a little overloaded with work, which could cause some stress, right? Oh, honey, you're not spending enough time at home, yada, yada, yada. But how do you manage that? Or you may feel so overly stressed because of all this work that you feel like, I don't have enough downtime, and you'll be all grouchy and whatever when you go back to work the next day. Try to take some time to actually, when you go home, don't watch TV, don't get on the phone, don't do the computer, just go crash, take a shower and crash. Like, be conscious about it, okay? And you have to be proactive. You can get some assistance if you are a business owner and you have a business partner. You will have some very interesting proposals brought to you by your business partner, and they'll be successful. You're going to get some help there. Diet, watch your diet, because I feel all this physical stress is going to cause emotional stress and mental stress, which could lead to some health problems, indigestion, big time indigestion. So watch out for that, and take care of your eyes. If you have any, if you wear glasses or contacts like me, I wear both. I actually wear contacts and then I wear readers. Like, don't ask me why, that's a whole nother story. Go and get your regular checkup and take care of all of that, okay? All right, I'm going to stop with that. All right, thank you so very much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know if you want a personal consultation, astrology consultation. I also do charts, etc. It's all in the description box. You can email me. My email address is therealastrology1123@gmail.com. Thank you so very much. Be safe, take care, and namaste.